So yes, we are live. So namaste, guys. I hope everyone is safe out there. And today we have another guest
Hi.
and one of my close friend on the podcast. Well, he's from Budapest, Hungary, and an awesome composer and music producer. So without further ado, I want to welcome Ferenczi Marton. Welcome, bro. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for inviting me.
So uh, I know you had a busy schedule, but thank you so much for being here. So
No problem.
let's start by I want to ask some question. What are the basic things that beginners should know before producing any songs? That's my first question right here.
Producing songs or writing songs, because these are two different
Mm. Right.
approaches. Creating songs or writing songs are maybe easier for the basics, because only thing you have to know, maybe not the only thing, but the most important thing is music theory
Right.
and composing a song. Like you have to know the instruments, how a drummer can play, how a guitarist can play, etc. But producing music is more based on sound design. So if you are familiar with amplifiers, the um, drum bodies, how they sound, the microphones, the preamplifiers. Uh, these are the basics for producing music, because the first step you have to have a clear vision. What sound would you like to reach?
Right.
Because um, if producing the first step for me, and maybe not only for me, but most people producing music, finding the best settings for the drums,
Right.
because if the drums are suck, then will be the whole song gonna be suck.
Right. Right. I do understand that. So my
So
next question is gonna be I wanted to know about your musical journey. I should
mhm.
have asked that first, but here we go. I want to know about your musical journey, and you also told me about that cello thing. You played cello, and so can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talk
yeah,
more
yeah.
about that? Can you talk more about that?
Back in the days, in elementary school, uh, but before that, even before elementary school, my mother is a cello player,
Right.
and she's an audio engineer. And before elementary school, in the kindergarten, I was interested in playing cello. So sometimes I just ask my mother to play with that and things. And after I started elementary school, it was music school,
Right.
and I started to have cello lessons.
Right.
So I played cello for learned and played cello for 8 or 9 years,
Right.
and I have a basic degree of playing cello. Um, and after that, it was my early teenage years when I quitted playing cello. So in the end of the cello journey and the beginning of the bass guitar journey, it went parallel. So when I was 12, I started to play bass guitar,
Right.
um, only by myself the first time. Um, and after that, I was searching for a teacher
Right.
who can push me to the limits and teach me more techniques. And uh, he was a bass guitarist in a Hungarian famous band called Depressio.
Right.
Um, and he teach me about for 2 or 3 years. Uh, and after that I just developed myself.
Right.
So maybe I can say that the cello is was my first inspiration for playing music, but after all, modern music is more that was more exciting
Right.
for me.
Right. Right.
Then after playing the bass, I joined two bands, and most of the guitar players was out of beat or
Right.
not not so strict to the rhythms. So I was annoyed and started to play some guitars to get familiar with, and like this I learned how to play guitar. So it was not really early when I started that. It was what 7 or 8 years ago
Right.
when I was not 19 when I started to play guitar.
Really young.
Yeah.
Man. Um.
So yeah, and after that I started to learn some keys and things, but not really good at that. just playing synths and some ambient things. It's okay, but really really complex things, it's not for me
Right.
on
So,
piano.
so how do you approach the sensitive tasks of discussing changes with artists? Arrangement things that you work in your studio with artists. Can you talk about that?
Hmm. mm, when I started to play guitar,
Right.
I already started to record myself, and I had to figure out how to reach sounds and things. So first I downloaded Cubase, and I was working with Cubase, and I bought a Line 6
Right.
GU or GX, the really first sound card, and started to record things. So I started to learn the recording and producing, and I getting more and more interested in this industry.
Right.
So I started a school that I not finished. It's an uh, audio engineering school,
Oh, nice.
but um, unfortunately the classes and the teachers was not met with my expectations, because
Right.
I knew the the basics of the sound and the waveforms. So I quit and started the university with
Right.
computer engineering. And during the university, I've met plenty of musicians and bands, and um, we were friends. We were friends, and sent them some recordings that I made at home, and they really like that the sound, the whole sound of the music I created. Not only the music, but the effect that the impact that makes.
Right.
So they asked me if I can create a mix down of their track.
Right.
And I said, of course, yes. So this was the first step, and we published that, and more and more people liked the sounding of the
Right.
track. Uh, it was black metal, so
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
that hard to
Right.
sound great in black metal, but yeah, yeah. So more and more people reach me with this, and when I started my YouTube channel, not a big channel, just sharing something and creating how to basics in music. It's a guide
Right.
and more and more people reach me on Facebook because I share the links, and
Right.
I made friends through this. So yeah, it was the beginning of it, and it's a journey. So still going on.
Right. So what's the biggest budget that you have worked with? Because I know artists just want, they want to negotiate with producers, and have you faced that situation?
Um, I mean, you mean the smallest or
The artist, the amount that artists pay to the producer, have they
oh,
tried to
I
make?
see. Hmm, I would say artists can understand that
Right, right,
this is
right,
it takes hours or days or weeks to produce something. So most of the time, it's not a problem with them, and there was situations when they uh, asked a price for the whole production. I offered one, and they said that, oh, it's too little, so make it more,
right.
because they know that the
It's
drummer
really hard. Yeah.
has to be edited, and
Right,
the guitar parts maybe have to be re-recorded. So
right.
yeah.
It's really hard, eh? That part, mixing part is really hard, eh? And I know that because I've tried to mix some of the
Mm,
songs that I created, but I couldn't do it, because because I didn't know any basics of mixing. So I think people should know the basics, and if anyone want to learn from Ferenczi, they can also contact him. Another question I have is, what else makes a producer better? Equipments, hardware, does it plays a important role?
oh, the internet is glitching. Could you repeat, please?
I
Because
mean,
half of the
sorry.
sentence is
Okay,
off.
okay. So, what else makes a producer better? Equipments, hardware. Does it
Ah,
play a important role?
mm, mm, I think the most important thing is the ears. So
Right,
it came with born,
right,
uh, and to develop and getting better is learning to, but from mistakes. And if you have the basics, like how a compressor working, what interface would you must use or shall use, or if you record, for example, if you record guitars and you have an interface, it can be a shitty interface, but if you have a D-box, it will be some much more better to record the DI track.
right,
So if the producer know that, and start to finding finding the own sound of the person, you have to spend hours and hours with fiddling the little details of
right,
the plugins or the equipment. So
right,
yeah, this is the most important thing. The the gear can be expensive or really
right,
cheap, but if the engineer don't know how to use that,
right.
it's not really
It doesn't
matter.
make, yeah, right, right.
So,
So, how often are you on your studio? And I know you have a superb guitar. Let's talk about it. GV guitars, right? Let's
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it. So, can you tell about that? Is it a label or what? What is?
The GB Guitars is brand. It's um, Hungarian or Slovakian. It's not really matters.
Right,
The
right,
guys with the guys living in Slovakia,
right.
but they are Hungarian. So
Oh,
it's about 100 kilometers from Budapest to,
oh,
so not so far. Um, they started the company really small,
Right.
After, as I know, they had a car crash where the instruments was broken. They were playing uh,
Oh
these
my god.
instruments, and they
Right.
started to repair the instruments they have.
Right.
And after that, they said, it's kind of cool. So let's start with creating, not only
Right.
repairing.
Right.
And after that, they figured out they are the shapes, the details, and they started a company that are very friendly and close to people because uh, the the process when you ask an instrument start with making friendship, like,
Right. Right. Right.
so they ask your preferences, uh, the instruments you've tried before, the bands you like, so they can also help you to figure out how to build that. And if you have an exact idea what to do, for example, I had an image of the dream guitar in my head, so I told that to them, and they created a sketch of it, and mm,
So how
they
much did it cost? So how much did it cost?
oh, how much did it cost? Or
I mean the
what?
price of the guitar, GV
Oh,
guitar price.
it's really expensive. They're very expensive. The starting point of the price is 1,900 euros. This is
Ooh.
the basic.
Right.
Then, if you start to customize, then the price will be developed. But because of the materials they use, and they offer a warranty that if you have any problems with that,
Right.
they will repair. So I think it's really cool. I had issues. I have a bass guitar they made, and the bass guitar neck had issues with the, I don't know what it's called, the rod in the neck that you can
Right. Right.
flex,
On the
or
neck,
yeah.
on the back of the neck, right? On the back of the neck.
No, it's included in
Oh,
the neck. You know that the,
right.
I don't know what it's called. So
I think
it had issues,
right.
so they had to change that, and they did it so with no problems. So yeah, and for example, if you create or they create, but you imagine a new guitar and ask them to create that, they offer you wood materials, the exact ones that which one would you choose for the body or the neck.
Right.
So it's really cool. It's precise for the last little thing in the creation process.
So people who are watching, if you really want that guitar and you want to build your own custom guitar, then you must check GV guitars. So
Yeah.
on our comment section, some people are saying hello, Martin sir, and they want to
Hi.
know about your band. They want to know about your band.
Ah, no, I playing band called Fragda.
Right.
Uh, this is a gent deathcore. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't want to put it in any subgenre.
generation.
It's
Right.
it's something evil metal. So yeah, this is called Fragda. Um, we have a project called Salien. It's a progressive metal project, um, and I played in Black Sequoia. This is a death metal band, and
Right.
we had a band called Niburta. This is
Okay.
the most known one. It's folk metal with metalcore and modern metal elements.
Right.
But unfortunately, we break up in the previous year.
Right. So
So the
now we are
recent
going.
one is Fraga and Salian.
Right. So guys, if you want to check out the band, then you can go and check it out. So I have more questions that I need to ask. So can we check
Hmm?
out your studio? Can you show us?
Yeah. No, most of the equipments are here with me in
Right.
home
Right. Right.
because we are moving with these two. Not moving. We are creating the room, the studio
Oh.
room,
Oh. Studio.
because
Right.
previously we were in the rehearsal room, but
Right.
now the equipments are here. So um, these are the studio monitors that I have. Tannoy R808s. They are okay, useful, usable. So yeah, this is the computer that I have making most of the work. um,
Right.
this is a new one. This is a positive grid rack effect processor. It's a guitar head. This is the hardware version of the Bias FX, or no, Bias amp. Uh, Under that, I have a modified GCM 800 Marshall one. This is a copy of that amplifier with send return and FX loop. It's really cheap. It's a really cheap tube amplifier. So if anybody wants a decent tube amplifier, I would recommend this one. Beneath that, it's not mine. It's one of my friends' amplifier. It's an orange Rockwork 100. Yeah, it's an orange. Nothing special. Just the orange sound. This is my mm, I don't know how to say that. If I have new pedals or anything else, I will try with this. This is a hybrid amplifier. It has tube preamp and valve power amplifier. It's also a really cheap one. And there are my cabinets. Uh, I have an Angle 2x12 with V30s and Harley Benton 2x12 with G20s, and this is my girlfriend's first amplifier. It's a combo. It's a Johnson classic one, and on the top it's a Marshall MB 445, or what its name. It's also a hybrid amplifier with tube preamps and valve power amplifier. On the top we have Seymour Duncan power amplifier, um, AKG microphone, biodynamic microphone, uh, and over there, this is my mix desk. It's a Mackie Pro. Um, Two channels are dead, but it's not affecting anything because I have mm, 14 channels still, so no problem. Under that, there is a power amplifier for the passive speakers that are here. It will be placed in the studio if I can build that
Man, man,
finally.
I just saw so much, so many guitars right there, So you have a lot of
Yeah,
guitars,
yeah.
right? Oh my
These are my guitars. It's
god.
not all that because one is still at GB Guitars
Yeah.
repairing, and one is in progress. Uh, this is my custom made. Oh,
I know. Just
I will show it like this. Yeah, it's
yes, yes.
better. This is
I
my
love that.
custom made TV called Nebula. It's a seven
Oh,
string, a true baritone, uh, 27.5 inch long neck,
yeah.
and I will cheat because I don't know the materials.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
I
So
have to
now
go
can
to
we?
the page and check that.
So can we hear some of your composition? I've been waiting for that. Some of your compositions. I mean, we want to hear some music.
Yeah, I hope that I can share somehow, but let's check it out because it's on my main computer, and I don't know if it's be audible in the stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't share the, but maybe I can share the screen. Oh, great! And if I can share the sound of my system, audio settings. Hmm. Because just a minute. Mm, as I see, I cannot set the microphone to my computer's output. So, what if I just start to play and you tell that if you can hear anything? Let's check it out. Is it audible or not?
It's not sounding that good. I think due to the
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing came through. Hmm.
I think the sound this app doesn't support. You know the
Yeah, maybe.
software, but it's okay.
But
People will watch in YouTube. Okay, guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going to put the YouTube link and all of Ferenczi Marton links in the description. So, guys, I
Thank
need
you.
to read some comments too because they may get angry. So, um, somebody is saying in Nepali that your your studio is like heaven. Oh my god! uh, and you really have a great
Thank
setup. I can't take my eyes off of your guitar. Oh my god.
you.
These guys are really insane. So let's move on to another question. I have lots of them.
Okay.
So talking about DAWs, I used free DAW as Reapers like Cakewalk.
Hmm.
So what DAW do you prefer and recommend to beginners who are just starting and can't pay?
Hmm. Mm, it doesn't really matter, but the AW they use is more important if it fits for you. I started to record with Studio One, and I'm still with Studio One, but I used Pro Tools before at the
Right.
school, and I used Cubase and tried Reaper once. Um, I checked Logic Pro.
Logic Pro, right?
So they're all great, the AWs, but it's all up for you, your preferences.
So have you tried Cakewalk?
Not yet, but I heard about that really good things, and
Right.
yeah, it's free,
Right.
so I will definitely gonna check it out.
So do you often create backtracks, because you know you have helped me with my projects? The first project
Hmm?
with that title called 10
Yeah.
guitarists from all over the world, Shredders, and the second one was just recent one. It was
Hmm.
called battle between Nepal versus USA, and we are going to do more projects on that.
Hmm.
And many people were asking who created the backtrack, you know. So here is the guy. So you can see this guy. He's Ferenczi Marton, and his backtrack are really insane. So guys, if you want to check more of his backtracks, and really he play, his playing is really good, you know. So if you want to check his YouTube channel, I will put a link on the description, and you can check it out. So
Yeah, thank you.
so let me look another question. So what is the, I mean, just wait a minute. Oh yes,
Okay.
everyone has got
Coffee
their
time.
influences. So can you talk about producers that you have looked up to, your influences?
Hmm?
I think we should talk about that.
Mm, yeah, the my favorite producer is Nolly. Obviously, Nolly Get Good. Um, he's the bass. He was or part of
Right,
the Periphery band. Yeah, the bass player and awesome producer. He's really good at engineering, and he has ideas to develop
right,
the the amplifiers too. So he has experience with electrical engineering.
right,
So he's a really good one. um, Other engineers like in Hungary we have Puha Sabi. He's a really good engineer. He has a studio in Budapest, and he, as I know, he has the mm, biggest collection of microphones and preamps in Hungary.
right.
So yeah, he's a really good one. Um, on the YouTube we have Jasif. He's an insane guitar player and a really good engineer. And I would recommend anyone to get familiar with engineering and producing the URM YouTube channel, because there are
Right.
plenty of engineers and producers. They showing tricks for creating better music and albums.
So how was your vacation? You told me that you were on vacation, you know, for a week. So how was
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it was great. We traveled to the Hungarian Sea called Balaton.
Right.
It's a
Right.
lake. We spent a week, and it was, holy shit. My cat went crazy. Just started to play guitar. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
And the weather was okay, not really hot. So we approached the water once, and my girlfriend said no way to get in that because it was cold, obviously. But it was great. We walked a lot, um, and almost tried all of the restaurants in the area. So yeah, it was great. Thank you.
So I think we're out of time, and I have one more for you. So, what would be your
Ah, okay.
advice to the beginning musician who are just getting into this producing field? What would be your advice to them?
Not too afraid to start, because you don't have to be good at first.
Right.
You don't have to be good at first playing and recording or anything. But if you do it and again and repeat things, then you're gonna be better and better. So don't give up. Just do
Right.
it.
So are you
Don't have to be afraid.
so are you giving classes too for the production sessions?
Uh, I'm creating videos,
Right.
uh, but we plan to give lessons
Okay.
um, in Hungary first time. But if it's getting bigger, then we will do some podcast too, or Skype lessons. So yeah, if anybody interested, just
Right.
send us a message.
So I think we're end of this, and thank you so much, Ferenczi Marton, for giving me a precious time and just hanging out with me,
Thank you.
having conversation about your musical journey, and it was really interesting, and people were really liked. So one more question, I will look, and then we can end this. So they are just asking about the custom guitar.
Ah, so the
Man,
details.
yeah, man. So I think, guys, if you love it, then you must check out GV Guitars. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have a
uh,
web page,
right,
and on the web page, they have all of the instruments they made with
right,
details. So if you're interested in that, you can go and check that out. I sent you a link about my custom one on Facebook, and you can
right,
share that in the
right,
conversation on the chat
right.
or the chat. Yeah.
So thank you so much, and so we're gonna end this session. Okay, bye, Fancy bro.
Thank
We'll
you.
meet you again.
Thank you.
I know we have a lot of projects ahead, so so bye, bro. Peace out, guys.
Bye. Thank you for inviting me. Have a
Okay,
great
bro.
day. Oh.